The journey back from war is different for every veteran, but for too many, it's a battle that never ends. Today, we explore how a groundbreaking decision from the VA might finally provide the relief our heroes deserve. Welcome to Veteran Spot, where we share stories about veterans, war heroes, and military current events. Today, we're covering a historic moment in veteran healthcare. The Department of Veterans Affairs has announced that in 2025, they'll begin studying psychedelics, yes, psychedelics, as a potential treatment for PTSD. This decision could change everything. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the PTSD crisis, the science behind psychedelics, the challenges ahead, and what this could mean for millions of veterans. Let's get started. For many veterans, the battlefield doesn't disappear when they come home. PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, is a condition caused by exposure to traumatic events, and it's all too common among those who've served in the military. 11 to 20% of veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan struggle with PTSD. Among Vietnam War veterans, the number is closer to 30%. Every year, more than 6,000 veterans die by suicide. Imagine reliving the worst moments of your life every day. Flashbacks, hypervigilance, crippling anxiety, depression. These are just some of the symptoms veterans with PTSD face. For decades, the go-to treatments have been therapy and medication. While these methods work for some, they don't work for everyone. And for many veterans, the side effects of medications can be as debilitating as the PTSD itself. This crisis demands new solutions. Enter psychedelics. Psychedelics like MDMA, psilocybin, and ketamine are more than just recreational drugs. They're powerful tools for mental health. Here's how they work. Psychedelics interact with serotonin receptors in the brain, helping to rewire neural pathways damaged by trauma. During therapy sessions, they create a heightened state of openness, allowing patients to confront and process traumatic memories without being overwhelmed by fear or anxiety. It's not about escaping reality, it's about reconnecting with it. Psychedelics allow patients to revisit traumatic memories in a way that promotes healing. MDMA, for instance, has been called a breakthrough therapy by the FDA. Early studies show that after just 3 sessions of MDMA-assisted therapy, over 60% of participants no longer meet the criteria for PTSD. While early trials have shown promise, there's been a major hurdle: access. Psychedelic therapies remain federally illegal, and studies have been limited to private institutions. To understand why the VA's decision is so significant, we have to look at the history of psychedelics in America. In the 1950s and 60s, psychedelics were studied for their therapeutic potential. But by the 1970s, the war on drugs led to their criminalization, and research came to a halt. It wasn't until the 2000s that organizations like MAPS, the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies, revived the conversation. From early studies at Johns Hopkins University to recent FDA breakthroughs, the journey has been long and difficult. And for veterans groups advocating for better PTSD treatments, this moment has been decades in the making. In 2025, the VA will formally begin studying psychedelics for PTSD treatment. This marks a monumental shift in policy and perspective. The $1.5 million study will involve veterans who will undergo psychedelic-assisted mental health therapy in a supervised setting at VA medical centers in Connecticut and Rhode Island. The study will be conducted across 5 years and will examine the potential therapeutic benefits of using MDMA, commonly known as ecstasy, to manage the symptoms of PTSD. This decision didn't come out of nowhere. It's the result of decades of advocacy from veterans groups, researchers, and even bipartisan political support. While this announcement was met with a broad positive reaction, some critics warn that psychedelics carry risks: addiction, misuse, and lack of long-term studies. These concerns are valid, but supporters of the study counter that the status quo simply is failing our veterans. Traditional medication has only served to numb, not heal the pain carried by many veterans, and over 6,000 veterans die by suicide each year, a statistic that demands bold action. The VA's research could pave the way for FDA approval of psychedelic therapies, making them more accessible to veterans nationwide. If successful, this initiative could save thousands of lives and change how we approach mental health care forever. Other countries are already ahead of the US in exploring psychedelics. In Canada, veterans have access to psilocybin therapy through special exemptions. Australia recently legalized MDMA and psilocybin for PTSD and depression treatment. If these therapies are working abroad, why can't they work here? This isn't just about science, it's about saving lives. If the VA's research is successful, it could lead to FDA approval and make these therapies widely accessible to veterans nationwide. For many veterans, this could be the breakthrough they've been waiting for. And for their families, it could mean getting their loved ones back. Here at Veteran Spot, we'll keep following this story as it develops. If you believe in the power of these therapies, or if you're skeptical, let us know in the comments. And if this video moved you, share it with someone who needs to see it. Together, we can make a difference.